Welcome to this program on family matters. It's so lovely and exciting to come into your homes with this episode. With us today we have a group of youth and their team leader Hazel. And today's topic is how to choose the right partner for your life. In the Bible we find God presenting Eve to Adam. In another case, Eliezer brings Rebecca to Isaac. Not only that, we find a different scenario when Jacob falls in love with Rachel and marries her. In the New Testament, we find Mary and Joseph being betrothed. Even though many things happen in their life, before their wedding, they still stayed together. So, in this discussion, we are going to see how we can choose the right partner so that our choice can be a lifetime choice. Over to Hazel.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity that you've given us to be here. And we have with us, let me first give you their names. So we have Sharon, Vinola, Jenifer, and leslye, Ebenezer, and Joel here with us. So we all come from different walks of life. Some of you are teachers, IT professionals, engineers, and pastors even. So like she was saying, in the Bible there was an arranged marriage where Rebecca was arranged for Isaac, and Joseph falls in love with Rachel. So there's a love marriage. And we see, so in this time we might have a lot of expectations, and I want this, I want that, I want it to be a love marriage, I want it to be an arranged one. We have all that. So to help our viewers and to go about this, what is your opinion? So we are going to have a discussion on what is your desire when it comes to a choice, when it comes to a partner for your life. So Sharon, can I first ask you?
The qualities that I'm looking for in my future partner is he should love me and respect me and share the same spiritual vision that I have, so that he can support me, and of course he should be handsome.
Yes. So you were saying love and respect. And when you say spiritual compatibility, what do you like to speak on that?
Yes, my vision. I'll tell about that. I want to help, or I want to encourage the itinerary preachers in India. So I want him to support me on that. If he's going to say, no, you cannot give to them, you cannot earn and give to them, he cannot be compatible.
So you should have all in the same spirit.
Yes.
Yeah. And Vinola, do you agree with her about the respect and things like that she said?
Respect is something I would say as the basic of any relationship. And respect, when you expect respect, then it is a give and take way as well. And my expectation as a girl waiting to get married to a Christian guy, we expect him to be spiritual, but there is something more than that. I would say is loyalty. When you are loyal to God, your creator, you will usually, or by default, you will be loyal to the woman that God gives you. And also, like Sharon said, physical appearance is a mandatory, and I would like my man to be a bit taller than me, not much. Thank you.
They've got some lovely points going on. For me, I would say I want someone who's compatible with me. Like, for example, we have similar interests, we have things to talk about. I don't want to go for someone who's just like me, no? But still, we balance each other. We bring something unique.
You complement each other.
Yeah, we complement each other. So that is something I'm looking forward. I would look for in a man.
So when you say common interests, you mean like, because even Sharon was talking about a common vision. So is that what you mean also, or?
No, not that. When I say, yeah, I mean, I think all the spiritual aspects are by default there, loyal and God-fearing, that's all there by default. I would say common interests as in hobbies, like would you like to watch a cricket match together? Would you like to go, would you enjoy going out and having...
Cook together.
Yeah, things like that.
She's a very good cook.
Yeah, things like that. I think that will make it more fun and, enjoyable.
Yeah. So we had some nice points from the ladies here. So love, respect, compatibility, and handsome also. So from the gentlemen, from the guys, what would you say, Joel?
So my expectation, I would like to go with a verse from Ecclesiastes. It says like, two are better than one, so that when one falls, one will pick up. So I need a partner who can pick me up when I'm down, or something like that. Who can, and I would definitely agree with what Sharon told. Because like someone who sees the vision, or someone who sees the calling in my life, a partner who can understand that and support me in that run. That's my expectation.
Yeah, when you say when they see a calling and support, how will you know that before you are already married to them?
Yeah, that's a good question. So simple answer is like, we'll have to pray and ask God.
Yeah, that's right. And let me go to Ebenezer.
I have a concept or a theory where just like how women have this hero figure of their father, the heroine figure in my life is my mom. And I've seen during tough times in our family, or when my dad's having a tough time at work, my mom's always held him and the house in prayers. So I would probably look for a spouse who's spiritually more stronger and deeper and closer to God than me, so that even if or when I slip and fall, I have someone close to hold on to and climb back up. So.
Okay. So when he says he's expecting for someone who is more spiritual than him, how would you support some expectation like that from the ladies? Before I go to the pastor.
I think both man and woman both should do this together. It's not like one person taking the whole responsibility and another person can take it for granted. It is an equal responsibility. They should pray together, read the word of God together.
Yeah, it's like how Jennifer was saying, it should complement each other, right? So not just in the other.
Yeah. So what I meant was, like, I can give an analogy where let's say that I'm someone who started swimming just last year, and there's my life partner who's been swimming from like 5 years ago. So she will know how to tackle waves better than me, and I will depend on her for that, obviously, if she's going to be my spouse and my life partner. And eventually I will also learn. It's not like I'm going to climb on top of her and make her swim. So I will also learn to swim. But then it's always nice, and I will be grateful if I have someone that I can hold on to and grow together.
Your spirituality, how are you going to see whether it's compatible or not?
Yeah, so I think a lot of our outward actions and appearances to one extent will depend entirely on how we are inward.
Yeah.
So
fruit.
Yeah, we cannot have a corpse inside and just like spray perfume over it.
Yeah.
So no matter how much perfume you spray, it will still start to stink.
Yeah.
So if we have a really close relationship with God, and if it is productive, and if it's intentional to build that relationship with God, we can definitely see. Like, if I'm looking for a spouse, then I will definitely pray to God and ask about it. And if I see someone and I feel that might be the person, then I will definitely start to observe them a little more, wherein the small actions that they take, how they treat the waiter, or how they treat their parents and stuff like that. So even all that counts.
So it's a tip for you girls.
When at a restaurant, be very kind and gentle to the people around you. So let's go to Leslie and ask his opinion on how.
Yeah, about my perspective on marriage, like how we have to have this. In my perspective as a pastor, to see this, it is a way more different in this thing, because I have to see many things, especially according to the ministry, how she would be and how she would be very capable of handling things around. Like she has to go and speak to people, and she has to like invite them and have that caring and loving atmosphere. And she has to face more challenges of ups and downs in ministry, where it is not just physical problems, it'll be more of spiritual warfare also. So there must be more of prayer, and there must be more of seeking God, and we have to stick together in whatever we do, because it is all about the kingdom of God which we are doing. So I would say that mostly it has to be all God, seeking first about God, and that is what.
And again, we're coming back to that. See, a God-seeking person, a God-fearing person. And maybe when you are outside in a restaurant or in a church, you are going to be at your best behavior. But how will you know that that is what that person is? It's just by looking at them. Just because they look good, it doesn't mean that they're going to have a God-fearing nature. So how will you know that? How will you kind of find that out?
I think definitely we'll not know. So I think that's where God, we need God. That relationship with God. That the more closer we get to God, we sit in presence and we ask Him to guide through the spirit of discerning spirit. Okay, we can select. Okay, so she's the one, and go ahead. Okay, you may see 1,000 girls. They may come across your way, but you'll have to choose the right one who's going to be your partner.
So you wait on the Lord.
Yeah, we'll have to wait on the Lord and ask. Maybe we should ask Him I like this girl. What do you think? What do you think, God? Please guide me. just telling it in a way. But we'll have to wait on the Lord and then make decisions, and not just make our own decisions.
Yes, like Joel said, we should ask God for the discerning spirit. That is very important.
And
And another way to say it also, how they have grown up is because of the parents, and we can really see their behavioral, how it will be in our life. It will be according to their father and their mother. So if they are a prayerful people, and they have really set that track before, following the footsteps of God and fulfilling the purpose of God, definitely their children will also be a blessing. So there's no doubt where we can choose it rightly. Yeah.
So good you brought the point about parents, because we all have parents, and once you cross the certain age, there is a pressure on you to agree to
it is already.
I think you are all going through that. So let's take an opinion on how will you listen to your parents. What's the role of your parents in choosing a person for you? We'll go with one of the ladies.
We are already on fire. Like ringmaster, they are coming around us, bringing us a lot of offer. But one thing that I usually do from a Christian family, as we are brought up, seeing our parents pray and worship God together, I just have this three things that connect each other. First is my expectation comes from God. So I have a list of expectation, and why I don't lose hope on my expectation is because my God fulfills the desires of my heart according to His will. And just in case, if my expectations are way too higher than the purpose that God has for me, I always trust that the perfect gift always comes from God. So that is how my waiting has been. And though my parents bring a lot of best grooms for me, the only thing that allows me to take the right decision is my walk with God. My prayer and waiting for God to answer my prayers, that because it is given that we have to pray the right prayer. We cannot just like that say, I like this man because he's taller than me. So, Lord, say yes to it. No, I can't ask that. But I will pray, let your will be done. Like Mary's way of saying, be it unto me according to thy will. So, will of God is more prominent than our desires or our needs, because that is everlasting. So, that is what my waiting is. Though my parents pressure me, still I will wait on the Lord. Thank you.
Yes, the pressure has been very high. But one thing that I would ask my parents to do for me is to pray with me, and I need that prayer support. And that is more than enough. And rather than giving us tough questions to answer, I think they should pray with us.
Yeah, that's it.
I would like to add on to that point, and I'm not even sure if I'm in the same terms, or I'm still not clear, so I'm just going to go to the point. So there comes, when talking to your parents or when having the discussion, there also comes this factor of trust. So when you say you trust God, and God is the one who gave you these parents, God is the one who made sure you were born into this family.
Yes.
And God knows that these are the correct parents for you, and they're going to take decisions, good decisions for you. So I would say trust plays a huge role, and this won't develop just overnight. And you can't just expect your parents to randomly come join you and just sit with you and start praying with you for your partner if you're not going to share with them even right from the small things. So right from I think probably right from your young age, in your school or your college, start sharing the small things with your parents. That will be a very great help. And even life-wise, they are more experienced than you. They'll be able to figure out stuff more quickly than you. And even if you are going on a wrong track, they'll be able to correct you. They'll let you know that no, this is not the right way, or this is not the right time. So you'll have to trust your parents enough to first open up and share, so that they'll be able to give their insight also. And I think once that balance has been attained, then they will allow you a freedom, and they will allow you some time to actually decide on who you want to be your life partner, instead of trying to push you and force you into something.
Yeah, that's a good
There's
point.
one thing, a little bit funny, but most of the questions that come out of our parents or their anxiety that their children have to get married comes from outside. So we should actually pray for our friends, neighbors and relatives that they should be asking the right question to their parents, because our parents trust us so much, and they trust in God's timing as well. But the pressure that they get from outside, because not all of them would trust the time of God from outside. So it sometimes will be a test for their faith as well.
Yes.
So sometimes that we should actually pray as a family, that we should hearken to the voice of God, not just others.
Opinions of others is not so important.
And that was a very good point that she made. Pray with your parents. And another good point that he made was, it just doesn't happen when you turn 25.
Yeah.
It has to be there from the beginning. You have to treat your parents as friends. Only then you have that relationship with them and it goes well. So you were going to say, Jennifer, you had something to add on here.
Yeah, I wanted to add on to what Vinola wants to say, because I want to say that sometimes whatever though the parents have good intentions for us, sometimes the devil might use it to pressurize into making wrong choices.
Yes.
Yeah, because if people say, you're getting old, you have to get married, and then we're like, okay, fine, let me rush. Let me just pick somebody else. Let me lower my standards, right? So we have to be very careful about that. Never, wait and never lower standards for anything, for anyone. I mean, it will be difficult. It's not easy at all. But better safe than sorry. And we know about marriage, it's okay to be vigilant before you get married. But then after you get married, you have to live with your choices. There's no out. You cannot get into marriage with looking for an exit. With an exit in mind, actually.
Yeah.
It is not the same with men and women. The people, like our society sees women differently. If if they are above the age of 25, they are like, they feel that we have expired. We have this expiry
You've
date.
reached your shelf life.
Yes. So that's what worries our parents the most. So that attitude has to be changed.
You know, when you say that your parents' attitude, it's not just that. It's also how we respond to it. You know, when they are coming to you with maybe pressure, as you say, you must you get into their shoes and understand what they are going through, and don't just be rude to them. Don't just say you don't know things.
That's very true. I mean, I literally faced it in the recent times. So I had to sit with my mom and explain her, like, see, I can't decide now. There are things which I should streamline with respect to my career perspective, okay? And then I should get married. So give me some time. And then my mom was like, okay, I will give you time.
Let us usher in the presence of God by praising Him and worshipping Him.
Yes, my everything. He is my all. He is my everything, both great and small. He makes my life complete, makes everything new. He is my everything. How about you? Like honey in the rock, sweet honey in the rock. For it is like honey in the rock. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. For it is like honey in the rock. He is my everything. He is my all. He is my everything, both great and small. He makes my life complete, makes everything new. He is my everything. How about you?
As we were discussing, this time I would like to say that it's very important to satisfy our parents. We can satisfy our parents only when we have companionship with them. And this leads to another point in choosing your life partner. You must choose your life partner for companionship. In Malachi 2:14, we read that your life partner should be a companion to you. So even in the old age, they should be a companion. So when you're looking for a life partner, in your mind, you should be thinking of whether I'll be able to live with this person till that person becomes old and till I become old. Both are important. So always think along those lines and look for this aspect, whether you can live a lifetime with that person. If that person is from God, you can surely say, because I have received this gift from God, you will surely treasure the gift, you will surely preserve the gift, and you will live happily with that person. God bless you.